It's 10 trivia questions from a confidence round, specifically from Poorhouse Trivia and my friend Matthew Frost. This is Trivia with Buds. Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Matthew Buds. Thanks for listening to the show, and thanks for leaving iTunes reviews, up to 377 of those. Those help get more eyes and ears on the show. So if you listen on iTunes, leave a quick review if you can. You can do it right from the app on your phone, and you give it a star rating. And then if you want to, you can also write a little blurb about what you like about the show. That's on iTunes. Leave an iTunes review if you can. Also join the Patreon, patreon.com/trivia with Buds. Shout out to my friend Tanya Charles and CJ, who just joined. I gave Tanya a pop culture collectible, and her pop culture collectible, because she joined at the $30 level, is a very cool 2023 Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas planner. So it's the whole year long. It's got all these cool Nightmare Before Christmas features and art and little doodles and things like that. So that is her prize for her first month of signing up. My friends, the Martinez family, Brenda and Mo in Chicago, they usually get Funkos from me. So I send them a surprise Funko every month. So join at that level and get something cool in the mail. You never know what I'll send you. And all that money goes to support the podcast and amazing fundraising things we do. Some very cool news coming up. As soon as I have pictures of it at the school, I will show you what we did with all the Patreon money from 2022. It was a very, very, very cool thing at my daughter's school. So excited to show that to you guys. It'll be on the Patreon page very soon, as soon as I have some good pictures. This episode is all confidence round questions that I use to close out my live trivia nights in Southern California, Northeast Tennessee, and all the questions in this round are written by Matthew Frost. Matthew Frost has a great Patreon page of his own called Poorhouse Trivia, and pour is P-O-U-R, like you're pouring a beer. Poorhouse Trivia, check that out. Matthew Frost on Patreon. For just a few bucks a month, you get access to a full trivia night he posts Monday through Friday. All the questions and then all the answers later that day or the next day. I forget when he does it. But these are really well-written and well-thought-out questions, much better than the ones I write. If you ever think that you don't like my questions, you'll love Matthew Frost, I promise. And go support him, Poorhouse Trivia. And enjoy these 10 from random categories from Poorhouse Trivia. Right after these 3 warm-up questions, here's the first one. What clever title did Fox give to half-hour condensed Ally McBeal episodes in 1999? Those were just called Ally because they were shorter half-hour versions of the longer show, and they took off the McBeal. Just Ally. Never heard about that. For fads, how many steps must tourists race up at the Philadelphia Museum of Art to raise their arms in triumph like Rocky Balboa? Is it 52, 72, or 92 steps? And that is 72. 72 steps. And here's your next one. What's an audio bootlegger's term for combining vocal and instrumental tracks from different songs? Crash in, mashup, or slash over? Oh, come on. As I'm reading that, I'm like, what? The heck's a crash in or a slash over? It's mashup, just a mashup. Like Linkin Park and Jay-Z, they did it that one time. I forget what it was called, but some kind of mashup. It was fun. Go give it a listen on Spotify or whatever you listen to music on. We're going to jump into 10 confidence round questions right now. Here we go. Confidence round trivia. Question number 1, spawning numerous sequels. What 1980s film featured the big screen debut of Johnny Depp? Number 1, spawning numerous sequels. What 80s film featured the big screen debut of Johnny Depp? Number 2, which NHL team has won 13 Stanley Cup titles, but none in the last 50 years? Number 2, which NHL team has won 13 Stanley Cup titles, but none in the last 50 years? Number 3, flavored with oil of bergamot, which variety of tea was likely named for a 19th century British Prime Minister? Number 3, flavored with oil of bergamot, which variety of tea was likely named for a 19th century British Prime Minister? Number 4, the name of which dark bread means devil's fart in German. Number 4, the name of which dark bread means devil's fart in German. Number 5, which song from The Police opens with the lyric, "There's a little black spot on the sun today"? Number 5, which song from The Police opens with the lyric, "There's a little black spot on the sun today"? Number 6, which upscale New York City retailer owns the Blue Box Cafe, a small restaurant that certainly offers breakfast? Number 6, which upscale New York City retailer owns the Blue Box Cafe, a small restaurant that certainly offers breakfast? Number 7, ventriloquist Terry Fatter won the second season of which reality competition TV series? Ventriloquist Terry Fatter won the second season of which reality competition TV series? Number 8, which current Toyota model is named for the island on which King Arthur was laid to rest? Number 8, which current Toyota model is named for the island on which King Arthur was laid to rest? Number 9, which type of fish shares its name with an American manufacturer of lawn equipment? Number 9, which type of fish shares its name with an American manufacturer of lawn equipment? And number 10, which TV character earned a perfect score on the SAT at age 6, graduated from Princeton at age 10, and finished medical school 4 years later? Number 10, which TV character earned a perfect score on the SAT at age 6, graduated from Princeton at age 10, and finished medical school 4 years later? Those are all your questions for today's confidence round, brought to you by Poorhouse Trivia on Patreon. Go support Poorhouse Trivia. If you're a trivia host and you listen to this show, you'll get lots of great content for just a few bucks a month. We'll be right back with the answers after this. We are back with the answers to the confidence round. You could have written down all your answers and then ranked them 10 through 1. And then whatever rank you give them is how many points you give yourself if you're right. You can score up to 55 points. This is how I close out my live trivia nights in Southern California and Northeast Tennessee every week for years and years now. Number 1, spawning numerous sequels. What was Johnny Depp's first film in the 80s? A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, getting you in your dreams. You'll never sleep again. Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 2, which NHL team has won 13 Stanley Cup titles but none in the last 50 years? The Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 3, flavored with oil of bergamot. Which variety of tea was likely named for a 19th century British Prime Minister? Earl Grey tea. Number 4, the name of which dark bread means devil's fart in German? Oh, we've all had one of those. You're stuck in traffic, some sort of devil's fart takes over your body. It's pumpernickel. Number 5, which song from The Police opens with the lyric, "There's a little black spot on the sun today"? That's King of Pain by The Police, King of Pain. Number 6, which upscale New York City retailer owns the Blue Box Cafe? Tiffany & Company. They do breakfast there, and of course, that little blue box, very famous for the Tiffany logo. Number 7, ventriloquist Terry Fatter, or Fader, however you say his name, won the second season of which reality competition TV series? America's Got Talent. Big show in Vegas ever since. That was probably like 15, 20 years ago. Number 8, which current Toyota model is named for the island on which King Arthur was laid to rest? Avalon. Number 9, which type of fish shares its name with an American manufacturer of lawn equipment? Snapper. And number 10, which TV character was real dang smart? Doogie Howser. SAT at age 6, Princeton age 10, and medical school at 14. Doogie Howser, MD. Those are all your questions for today. Thanks for playing along. Hope you learned something and had some fun. Your fact of the day is American flags that were left on the moon have been bleached white from the sun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for supporting Poorhouse Trivia on Patreon and Trivia with Buds on Patreon. And we'll see you next time for more Trivia with me. Cheers. Happy weekend.